and the movement that decides your medal. So I started this. Then we went to Uganda, and one day before the tournament, they said you won't be allowed sitting because your amputation is more than half of the length. Like if this amputation is more than half of length up to the knee, you cannot play on wheelchair. You will have to play standing. So next day, 2 a.m. in the morning, midnight, I started practicing standing. And next day, same day, 3 o'clock, I was playing the match. So it was more of participation because medals never come in the first year. People take 10 to 12 years to win their first medal. So I am trying at least in next 3 years, I win a medal. And next month I am going to Bahrain. From Bahrain it will be Dubai, then Indonesia, and then Uganda, again Uganda. This is to be completed by August. So 4 countries. And the second game is paracycling. I've been to Tajikistan, and now it will be in September in India. Rather, now for mountaineering, I'm waiting for the letter. Maybe I meet Mr. Rajnath Singh in next week. I have an appointment with him. And after I get the letter, in September there is a course for training, 28 days. One is basic course, and after a gap of 1 month, there is an advanced course. Again, 28 days. So in advanced course, they take us to 6,000 meter of height. And after that, we are ready for going on the expedition. And it was a coincidence that just before the accident, I was watching motivational videos on YouTube, and I came across a video of Dr. Arnima Sinha. If you Google it, you will find Dr. Arnima Sinha, a young lady. She also got amputated like this, and she has already climbed Mount Everest, as well as all the 7 peaks of the 7 continents. And now she is planning for North Pole and South Pole. Oh, no, it's okay. And another player, Mansi Joshi, who is world number 1 in para badminton. She is also a graduate engineer. She lost her leg like this in an accident. And then she started playing badminton. And she is now world number 1. So there are a lot of examples. And mountaineering, till now, 7 specially able persons have climbed Mount Everest. So if I climb, I would be the 8th one. It's nothing new. It's already been accomplished. And person with 67 years of age, he has climbed Mount Everest. So I am just 60. So, any query, any question? So right now my ambition is at least on 5 occasions, I make the world stand in front of my nation.
Thank you so much. That was truly inspiring. Best wishes for your Paris and Mount Everest.
Mr. Bhatia, the accident was no fault of yours. I heard from Balu about the story of the accident. Maybe you can brief the members how it happened. That was also when you went to do some service, actually. It was not while driving a car.
Actually, cars is my passion. So I'm a mechanical engineer by profession, and I do car rallying. So I daily spend at least 1 hour on my cars. So I don't pass any car which is standing on the road without asking him or without helping. So this was on 22nd July. It was not 23rd July night. So at around 12 in the midnight, I came across a commercial vehicle, Enjoy, Chevrolet Enjoy. So I asked the driver, do you need any help? He said, the car is not starting. I said, okay, wait, I am coming. So I checked and found that it was a CNG converted, but there was no petrol in the car. He said, no, it will start because CNG is there. I said, no, without petrol, it won't start. Because there is in the ECM, there is an option that without petrol, if the car detects there is no petrol, it won't start. Because petrol gives the lubrication during starting. But there is one more option for such emergencies, that if you keep the a switch pressed for some more than 20 seconds, it automatically turns into a mode where it does not ask for petrol and starts. And that car was around, he bought that car 2, 3 days back, second hand, and he was not knowing that switch was not working. So there were two people in the car. So I took one along with me, went to a petrol pump, bought petrol. And meanwhile, what happened, the other driver, he tried and made the battery discharge. So then after even putting the petrol, when it did start, I said, okay, don't worry, wait. I parked my car in front of that car. And I have a jump cable, I have a car puncture kit always with me. So I connected my battery to his car battery and got the car started. After that, meanwhile, we were exchanging the phone numbers. A truck came, which I came to know afterwards. A truck came behind and hit that vehicle. And I was standing in between because jump cable is not very big, so the cars have to be placed very close to each other. My leg was there, so left leg got crushed. And next day I came to know that it has been amputated, for which I was ready because 3 months, from 3 months before that accident, I don't know, I had an intuition that God has some very big plans for me. So I used to discuss with my mother that what big I can do for this. And that was that. After that amputation, I started my NGO. And I think maybe winning medals was a plan in the God's book, that which. So not for a single minute or a single second, I felt something bad has happened to me. I always took it very positively, that God has some plans that He has saved my life. So that is how it gave me strength to work.
Thank you so much, Bhatia, for sharing this story of yours. Shanta, do we have time for some questions from the audience? A couple of questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Mrs. Bhatia, Poonam Bhatia is also here with us. So she's here. I think we should be all right for a couple of questions.
Yeah. Any questions from the audience for Mr. Bhatia or Ms. Kokila and Harmugam? No, I think we'll move forward, Shanta.
Yep. Thank you, Srini. Request Past President Balraman to felicitate.
Thank you, Shanta. Good evening, everybody. And one can understand why there are no questions because you're so tongue-tied, listening to their stories, awestruck, and absolutely, you don't know what to ask. So first of all, hearty congratulations to the three winners, Armugam, Kokilaji, and Shami, dear friend, for, I don't have to say much, for what they have done. And one of the reasons Congruent sponsors this award, and during Anand's time we started. Almost 25 years ago, I read a book by Anthony Robbins called Unlimited Power. It's about mind power, and since then, this whole field has captivated me so much. And I followed, like Shami did, motivational videos are something I pass my time with. And somewhere during the year I started my presidentship in 2009, I came across this person called Nick Vujicic. I don't know if some of you have seen. He's a man born without hands, arms. The hand is attached to the shoulder and the feet are attached to the waist. No arm, no leg, only feet and arms. Unbelievable if you Google him up and all that. And serendipitously, almost around the same time, thanks to past President M. Srini and S.S. Rajshekar, I was introduced to this, unbelievable human being called Ramakrishnan of Amar Seva Sangam. So all of you would probably, in RCME, he was introduced. We brought him here during our year, and he was a chief guest for the previous edition of Unsung Heroes. And he would have accepted to be the chief guest here today, except that he was in Chennai just 10 days ago, and I had a meeting with him. He might be participating in Zoom, I don't know. He said he will. So he was one of those triumph of human spirit over all odds kind of thing, right? So he is there. Oh, there he is. Namaskar, sir. Thank you for being there. Ramakrishnan, sir. So, so he's, below neck paraplegic, can't get up, but he runs an NGO which trains about 1,700 children and youth in basic education and vocational training, and they all are players. All of them are differently abled. And here's one man who started this, and he's been running this for 30 years. Unbelievable person. And I had the opportunity to meet him last week, and he said he'll try and participate. He can't be here physically. So that, spirit, human spirit is embodied by these three people. They are living legends, and I think it's heart-wrenching to hear about what they did, but then it's such an inspiration to hear about what they did afterwards, right? What they underwent and then what they did afterwards. So this is really about, triumph of willpower, determination. And one of the reasons it helps me, the way I use it is when I'm feeling down, some challenges in front of me, I just think of people like this. And then the problem pales into insignificance, actually. If you look at how much we, stress ourselves about many small challenges and suddenly look at what these people have done, I think you find new energy. And that's the inspiration all three of you are playing. You have refused to accept the constraints of your circumstance, and you're pushing all limits. In fact, there are no limits in what you're doing, and that's amazing in what you do. So that's the background behind why we wanted to showcase such people. I think in this era of negativity, everybody complaining about everything, positivity has its place, and it requires a visibility, and the world has to know that there are people like this, and that's how it will spread. So thank you, President Srini and Rotary Club of Madras East, for giving Congruent an opportunity to be associated with this award. I think it's a great honor to us, and I'm sure to RCME as well, that we are able to recognize such true heroes who are unsung. Thank you very much. And
Thank you
congratulations
so
again.
much, Ballu. Thank you. So well articulated. Thank you. Request Secretary for his announcements, please.
Next week, April 12th, by 7 p.m. Tuesday, we are having a Vocational Excellence Award. This award is sponsored year on year by Saraswati Vidyalaya.